The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Nikki Glaser Podcast. Nikki Glaser Podcast. Here's Nikki. Hey, here I am.
Dude, that felt like storyteller.
I know, man. That was real. Oh, acoustic. Like, we heard this. What is the story behind that song, Anya?
Yeah, Anya.
Like, where were you? What was going on that day? What? Tell us about it.
The real story is it used to be a song called Sorry Not Sorry.
Really?
I wrote on, was walking around New York and I was like, sorry, not sorry. And then
Repurposed.
I had it forever and it was just sitting
regifted.
What was sorry, not sorry?
I
What was
don't-
the story behind that?
Yeah. It was a stupid phrase that was bouncing around the zeitgeist at the time.
Oh, yeah, totally. You remember that, right?
Yeah, the zeitgeist.
And I remember Selena Gomez or somebody came out with that song a year or two later, and I was like, I had my finger on the pulse.
Oh my God! Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. That's Demi Lovato, I think.
Okay, Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
That was a huge song.
I'm sorry. Oh,
She
yeah.
probably stole it from
Sorry,
me.
I'm not sorry.
I used to have. I think I tweeted like this song. I'm sorry that so many women are gonna try to sing this song at karaoke because it was like so high, so
Oh,
hard
yeah.
to do. Even Demi would probably struggle with it. Demi
Yeah.
Lovato.
I remember
It
I
is?
tweeted,
Yeah.
imagine all the people, and someone else apparently had that song.
No way.
Yeah, that's wild.
Again, I wasn't saying that I did the joke. Wait, sorry, not sorry. Wait.
I'm not saying that you said that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I just want to see.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Baby, I'm sorry.
And now
Okay,
it's
it's better than
Nikki Glaser Show. It all comes together. That's-
Feeling so fat, but feeling so good. I love that song. I forgot about that song.
It's
Feeling
a
so
fun
fat?
song.
She said feeling so fat. No, she didn't.
Oh.
Feeling so bad.
I was like, that's so relatable. Feeling so fat, but I'm feeling so good. Glaser
Wait,
was
sorry,
hitting some-
Luigi. Jesus Christ. He looked at me like offended.
He,
Listen, he spoke for us all.
he hears registers. We don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't it weird that dogs could hear a high sound that we?
They say that you're supposed to reward them with like baby talk and that you should talk to your dog and like, oh, you're so cutie. Oh, look at this little tail moving.
Yeah.
Because they get happier instead of, like talking to them like a real person.
Oh, yeah. That would be weird to be like, just talk to your... You don't need to talk to your dog like a baby. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know why
yeah.
I'm doing Bill Maher voice for that. You don't need to talk to your dog like a baby.
That's good.
Thanks.
New rule.
New rule.
Don't talk to your dog.
Stop infantilizing your animals.
It is funny to talk to Luigi. Just like, hey, what's up, bro? Yeah.
Hey,
What are you
Luigi.
doing? You watching the game later? What are you doing? Oh, you're gonna go get some beers with Charlie? Swick.
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 Swick sounds
Taylor
cool.
Swick, dude. Swick does sound dope.
Swick, man. That's
It's like a
fucking
swifty,
Swick.
quick, sick.
I like Swick.
Thanks.
We came up with a new word in the recording studio. That's where I like fucking hang out now.
Yeah, dude. It's pretty much your second home, dude.
Our engineer David.
Do you like going to the studio?
Yes, I do. I do.
Who's a good studio girl? Who's a good studio girl?
I am. There was one time where he was like, so I want to do that next pants. And he goes like, I don't know why I just said pants. He meant to say like this next take or something. He's like, I think he was just like, I just really feel like the next pants should be. And we were like, he goes, I don't know why.
He's like,
said
I was
pants.
rubbing my pants or
Yeah, he was
something.
like looking at his pants, and so I was like, "That's fucking pants, dude. It's totally pants." And so we just started saying "pants" for like meaning good.
Yeah.
And then we looked it up, and it's British slang for something that like sucks.
Oh.
And then
Like, if
I was
something is
watching the
pants.
Bake Off show or baking show, and she screwed something up, and she's like, "Ow, pants!"
I wonder what the
Pants is so funny.
wonder what the story behind that is.
I shit my pants.
We should do like storytellers for jokes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tell me what you were thinking.
Love to hear what songs are about. I don't even want to listen to a song that I don't get to hear the story about. What happened to storytellers? Let's bring it back.
Because every song is now a TikTok song, and there's no story behind it other than it sounded catchy for 8 seconds and made me millions of dollars.
How can you tell the story behind a joke, though? Because the joke is the story.
Well,
That's kind of true. But you can be like, well, I thought about this. Let's
Where
do
were
one.
you?
it depends what joke it is.
Andrew, what about your joke about your dad chewing loudly? Do the joke first.
Right.
So I say,
I love that when we do jokes, we go, I say, it's like, you can just say it. But we always I have to do the same thing. I go, well, I go, it's like, just go.
so like the process behind me starting it is like,
Yeah.
no, it just feels weird to say it. It's
Yes,
just,
it does. I know I do the same thing. It's funny.
essentially the joke is you go home for Thanksgiving. Why do you eat dinner with your family? It's terrible.
Wait, do you change it if it's not around Thanksgiving time?
Yeah,
What
I'll
if
go
it's-
Valentine's Day.
What if you're wearing
Labor
your Tommy
Day.
Bahama shirt?
Yeah, you've been saying, like, nobody, I don't
add
know
steel
why.
drums to the joke. You know, I did that. I hired a guy at a show at Union Hall, and I found a steel drum guy. And this at the time, I had $300 in my account. I paid him like $150, and no one liked it. Like no one thought it was interesting to have this steel drum. You know, one of the guys from the subway. I thought it would be so cool and be like
You're an artist.
written about in the Times. You know?
But no one cared.
No one cared. Everyone was like, "That's kind of annoying. Can we just hear the joke? Can he not be on stage?"
You really just did not have enough confidence in yourself.
Not at all.
You needed a partner up there.
Oh, I needed a whole
That's
band.
what that's what that's about. Like you needed the Wookiee that you brought in.
Yes, but but I thought it would be fun, to have I don't know. I was the host, so it wasn't real. But yes, I
Okay.
didn't think I was enough. Sure.
Yeah.
My whole life. So anyway, my dad, I go, my dad, all we do is I don't know how you do family dinner. We just sit in silence and we watch and listen to my dad eat. And he'll just be like, and he's a, what do I say?
Mushy mouth.
Yeah,
He's
wet
like-
mouth.
Yeah, he's got wet mouth. He sounds like a panda eating bamboo. Just what? And he has to comment on all the food. He's like, "Oh, what's that? Chicken? What is that? What is that? Lemon? Is that lemon? Oh, mashed potato. Oh, what is that? What is that?
People are turning off.
What is that? What is that? Garlic? What is that?" I'm looking at my dad like, I don't think I ever loved you. And the story.
Take us through that joke.
So I guess the story behind that, my whole childhood, my whole life, we never talked about anything serious at dinner, because if we did, we'd probably bring up the divorce. So there was something behind him. We just comment on exactly what's in front of us, which I could probably talk about in the joke, because I think it is funny. Like the idea that oh, we don't want to talk about anything serious, so we're just going to comment on whatever we see.
Yeah.
Or whatever we
It's like
oh,
when
that
people on The
food's-
Bachelorette, they have nothing to talk about, so they just go, I am having so much fun.
Yeah.
They just have,
Yeah.
because they don't have no
Exactly.
history.
But you know what? People respond well to that because so many people just do that. And it's just the most boring, mundane conversation. But you can't get judged
That's
for
why
it.
I don't go to dinners with my aunt or anything. It's like, I don't want to have any dinner where you can't talk about something real, unless it's like you have to meet with people for a work thing. Okay, I understand not getting into like nitty gritty stuff there, but that's why I'm like, people are like, you got family's family. But if we're not talking about anything real, who cares?
Yes. Yeah. But so, I mean, I guess sometimes it's just, or even let's talk about something fun.
Yes, fun.
That's
can
not
be-
just right in front
Sure.
of us.
See, I think that's the most interesting part about that story. You gotta put that in.
Yeah.
I mean, that joke always kills on stage, but knowing that little
Mm-hmm.
piece of it, that's what I would want you to get into more.
I realized that's why my dad loves the outdoors so much, because I was canoeing with him and I was like, oh, this is why you like it, because you're constantly surrounded by things you can point out and you never have to talk about anything. The seconds, because I was having, when cameras were following me around for that thing.
You would think that's where you would talk about things, though, in the silence of the woods.
It's so funny because I can't wait till the camera thing is put out there.
Yeah.
Because my dad and I are canoeing and I'm like talking about my relationships and like his like my feelings and things. And I literally say, I think you like it out here because you can avoid talking about feelings because you can point out things. And I swear to God, there's a moment where I'm like, So Dad, like, how did you know Mom was the one? And he goes, oh my God, look, there's a battleship.
Battleship.
We're on a weird little creek. Like I go, a battle. I thought he was being funny because what a dumb thing. But there was a man with a remote control battleship, and it was of note. But I was just like, what? Like, but there's always like a blue heron or a blade of grass or that cloud. There's always something that you can go, whoa, look at that.
It is funny. I used to have another tag on that joke where I was like, so what was it like, when you cheated on Mom? And he's like, oh, what's going on with the carrots?
Yes, that's
like,
it.
it's just one more
just
line
avoiding.
there. Just avoiding, yeah.
Yeah, that pretty much, says all of that in that one line, which is great.
Oh, but that battle, that's so fun. Did you go back? Did you go, no, but now, seriously, what about Mom? Or were you just like...
Yeah, we went back to it.
The best is when we went and when we went in the woods and you're like, God, it's fucking nature. And then you're like, look at that bird.
I know. I started pointing out birds like crazy. And I'm like, all my parents do is point out birds. And then we're driving into nature. And I'm like, wait, you guys, there's a hawk. There's a hawk. My parents
Is that a hawk or osprey?
love hawks.
Oh, a hawk is a fucking cool fucking bird. And
Tell
an
me.
eagle. I saw a bald eagle the other day.
Where? At golfing?
Yeah.
Out
Wow.
at Tree Court?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy.
They do look like old men, dignified members of
They
government.
look like
you are
Larry
like,
David
shouldn't you
without
be in-
glasses.
They-
Kind of. But, just like a bald man for some.
You just
I guess
don't
a bald
expect to
eagle.
see a bald eagle in the wild. You're just like, shouldn't you go be on a coin somewhere or like a commemorative plate or like in D.C. passing
what are you
legislation?
doing?
Like, what are you doing here?
I feel like you should be in a mansion smoking a cigar, like enjoying your easy life,
They just seem like something just, that should be captive.
Yeah.
Like they aren't in the wild. We have to protect them because if they're in the wild, just flying around, they could get hit by a fucking truck or something.
Yeah, there's
That's a
only
bald
7
eagle.
of you guys.
Yeah, I think there's many more than
There's
that.
several.
Yeah, there's several
Yeah,
bald
there's
eagles.
there's
in the
there's
tri-state
20 for
area.
sure.
100.
There's a lot in Alaska. I saw a couple there.
Yes.
You know the bird for America was going to be the turkey because the turkey's smarter than the eagle. The turkey's the smartest bird.
Why don't we just go on dolphin then? Because aren't dolphins like the most intelligent? Or
well,
maybe
I think
a
because they were
rat.
picking a bird.
Yeah.
Oh, they have to be. Oh, yeah.
Nikki's a little
Why not
slop.
like a dolphin with wings?
Oh, but why not have a state animal?
Huh?
Why not have a state animal or like a
Country animal?
country animal?
I mean,
That's your
national animal?
that's your new album coming out is Country Animal.
yeah, by bees. Wait, so what is
Bit by bit.
So what are other countries' bird? Does every country have a bird?
I don't know.
No, can you look
Not
up
necessarily.
what France's bird
Well,
is?
we have state birds for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. France's state bird is probably like the
Flamingo.
I
it's probably
thought
a peacock.
I thought you were talking about that actor, Frances Dormant or whatever her name is.
Francis McDormand.
Francis Dormant.
Francis's bird.
Frances's doormat.
Oh my God, Francis! If you were saying like Francis McDormand's like thing, and you were saying Francis's, you would sound like an idiot talking about
Yeah.
French people's Francis's flag.
Yeah, Francis France.
I love the Francis.
So France
culture.
does have a bird.
Okay.
It's the French.
What
Let's
is
guess. Let's guess. What do
Okay.
you think it is?
qu'est-ce que l'oiseau de France?
What is that kind of bird?
What's the bird of
Oiseau.
Oh,
France?
is Luzo bird mean?
L'oiseau. I think.
Oh, wazo.
Oiseau.
Oiseau. I mean, I'm probably.
Let's guess
pronouncing
what
it
the
terribly.
bird of France is.
I think it's a flamingo.
I think it's going to be a.
no way there's a
No, there's no flamingo. Yeah,
It just sounds like it should have a T at the end. Flamingo?
I think it's a peacock.
I'm guessing. Oh, that's a good guess.
I think it's like a tiny little black bird with a beret on that looks so
I-
chic.
Yeah, I think it's a mockingbird.
Yeah.
Because they mock everybody.
You did.
Look at you with no hat or cigar. Or whatever. Okay, what
Maybe
is
it's
it?
a swallow.
Did you say Tom Segura?
I meant cigarette.
Oh, cigarette.
Like a cigarette holder. Wait, what is it?
There it comes.
Oh.
So I think it's the Gallic rooster.
Okay.
I don't think that's
Gaelic rooster.
Gaelic rooster, colloquially named Chanticleer. Chantecler.
So it's just a chicken.
A rooster.
Yeah,
But
that makes sense. Le coq. Birds are so fucking cute and curious. They're
Yeah.
just so like they're just always looking around. I love the littlest bird that's everywhere in America. The like one that's like kind of gray. It's not even gray. It's like brown gray.
Yeah.
And it just hops around and they're everywhere. What are they? Like sparrows? I don't even know what the fuck
A
those
little
little birds
finch?
are. But they're just like everywhere and they're like beep, beep, beep. And they just like kind of like ruffle around in the dirt sometimes and they're just like, and they're always like picking up your crumbs. What are those little things? They're the cutest things.
Well, pigeons are similar to that.
Finch?
No. They're like this small. You know, like they're that.
Oh, yeah,
They're
with the little beak.
Yeah. No, it has a huge beak.
Dude, you know what are fucking wild when I don't realize it? Pelicans.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so crazy.
Oh my God. I was in
don't even know
Florida
what they-
recently. They're just their
so
fucking
cool.
jaw is just, and they just sit on the end of a dock. They know exactly where to sit for a
Yeah.
painting.
They're beautiful. They are. Those are the coolest birds of all.
Really?
Because
I
they're
think
like
toucans are pretty great.
prehistoric.
Yeah, they are very. Have you ever seen that ugly ass bird that kind of looks like a pelican? Wait, we gotta look up this
the
ugly
angry
bird.
one?
Yeah,
The-
the one that looks angry. It's like a meme all the time. Ugly bird. Wait, we'll search.
Ugly bird looks like pelican. We'll probably bring it up.
Yeah, what? They're ugly bird. Yeah, this
Oh
one.
my-
It is so ugly.
What does that call? It's angry.
Yeah, it looks angry and ugly. It's called. Oh yeah, it's called. Oh wait.
Oh, he's so happy.
Oh God.
There's one where he's laughing.
It's kind of wild that birds
The
like.
shoebill. Is that it? Yeah. Adorable, fantastic shoebill.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It kind of looks like Luigi.
Yeah, dude, look at that
kinda-
thing. Holy shit!
Yeah, it's so big and ugly.
It looks like a shoe. Like you put it inside a shoe.
That looks like a man in a suit.
You know the.
It does look like it looks like a mascot. Like it looks like a short man.
Yeah, it's
the
inside-
shortest
yeah.
man in your college campus.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be that's gotta be that exactly looks like a mascot. Looks like a Jayhawk.
That beak
Mascot.
looks like it could go inside a nice shoe to hold it.
Have you ever been told you
Yes.
look like an animal?
Yeah.
Which one?
A gorilla, some kind of monkey.
Really? No.
Yeah.
Those glasses might make
Me look less gorilla?
Remember when you told Emil that he looked like a monkey? You ruined his night.
Oh, I thought he does. I feel like me, Matt, and Emil all look like a different evolution of monkey. Like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm the closest to the monkey. Let's just be
Yeah, we
honest.
did the evolution man with you
Yeah.
guys.
You're the first one.
Matt looks like a caveman, but like a hot caveman.
Yeah, he does.
He does. He's
He
really
totally
working
does.
on that.
Have you
look.
guys seen the caveman filter on Instagram?
No, does
There's
it
like
make
a
a guy
Neanderthal
hot?
filter. No, it is so freaky. You do not want to do it to your face. It's so scary.
I put up my face against a National Geographic one time. It was a caveman, you know, and half.
Yeah.
And it matched like nose to lips. Perfect. If anything, he looked a little more human.
You don't have a caveman face, I don't think.
We'll do a poll. I'll find the National Geographic.
How's life in the new apartment? I was
In
gonna
the
say
cave.
married life. I was gonna, like, what is it called? How's
Cohabitation?
cohabitable?
It's good. It's
life.
it's good. It's like it's weird having like a king bed and like I have T-shirts that are on hangers. It's like what the hell is that? You know what I mean? Like my life is like I look out. I put on an outfit. I'm like, oh, I'll go with this and this and I've never done that in my like. You just can pick it from. You could just do that. You know what I mean? It's just wild.
Yeah.
It's just
Do
wild.
you have a walk-in closet? Like, what's going
Yeah,
on?
walk-in closet. We go splitsies on it. It's good. I mean, we were talking about it not on mic yesterday about how
Yeah.
if your apartment's not big enough and you guys want space, you could always see each other. So that's kind of
Yeah, if you're in one room and she's in another,
you can still see her feet.
unless you shut the door and,
and
then
there's
it
only
seems
one
weird.
door, then it feels like you're like, get out of my life. It's
Yes.
over. And I don't know. It's just like last night. I ate dinner at this place Rosalita's. Have you ever heard of it? A Mexican restaurant. And I ate way too much, and I had like 3 Diet Cokes, and then I got lost coming back. You know, I've driven back 1,000 times, and you ever get lost and you just like you're like I'm never gonna get home. Like I don't know. Like
No,
I told
because we have GPS.
I know. But I couldn't even follow the GP. I was like having another derealization
yeah.
thing. That's what
Are
I
you
found.
back on Zoloft?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it called? Derealization?
Yeah.
Oh, is that where you just get panicked?
Isn't it depersonalization?
There's 2 D's.
Oh, okay.
There's derealization.
Francis's.
and Francis D. Dermot.
Rooster.
Wasn't that our code word?
Yeah, that was our code word if we got in a fight.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like freaking out, and like I get home and I'm just like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I feel like sometimes when I eat a lot of cheese, my stomach will go like I can't put it in. Like my stomach just expands like a pelican eating Mentos with Pepsi or a seagull. So that's what I did. I turned into a seagull. And I was like this, and I couldn't get it out. And then Brenna was like having fun with me, but like I was trying to tell her like, no, this like I'm really like having it. She's like fucking with me, like thinking, because I'm laughing, but I'm also like, stop, like stop. And like I'd lay on my stomach to relax, and she's like taking off my boxers, like fucking with me. And I'm just like, stop. And then I just throw up. And I don't throw up on the ground, but I throw up in the toilet. And then I come back and I was like, I was really not feeling well. She's like, oh, really? like, but it's just like, if that was me alone, I would have my space to just like, you know, maybe take a Zantac, fart, just breathe a little bit. But then it's like you feel like you have to entertain each other sometimes.
Yes.
And it causes like, oh no, I just need to throw up and be alone for just 20 minutes here.
Oh, poor guy.
But the positive, I mean, that's still a positive. I have someone
And you'll get better about just being like, hey, I just need space. It sounds like you weren't being clear about that.
For sure. And like when I'm a pretty chill person. So when I have anxiety attacks, people don't really, I think, unless you like have a sign on your forehead, like, no, I really am going through stuff mentally.
You know what works? I do the timeout sign. I learned it from a book. If you do the timeout sign, almost everyone will actually take it seriously.
It's like shushing people.
I think it's ingrained from like kindergarten.
So you literally like hold up a timeout sign?
No, you know how you do a T with your hands?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like you could be laughing and giggling. What? Was he messing with me?
No, he really thought you hold up a sign. Several.
So you're giggling. Let's go back to that moment. You're giggling. You're about to barf.
Yeah.
And then Brenna's pulling off your boxers. And then even if you can't talk, you just do the timeout sign. And that's like your code word. Nikki's not into it.
I like it. I actually, because it's weird. I love those things that like everyone falls for. Shushing is like universal, and you could be so like
but
there could be a table.
Shush feel
but
like,
you can do a shush, and people you won't even know what makes you go quiet. Like if there's a loud table, I'll just go shh, like, and no one will know where it's coming from. And people don't even respond to it because you don't go shh like that. You just go like don't even face the table like in conversation like they won't know and they'll just quiet down without even knowing why they did.
Dude, I'm so afraid of the shush.
I am too.
I just think the shush will lead to why the fuck are you shushing me?
Yep.
Who do you think you are?
Oh yeah, I think I've shushed when Andrew's been around and he's freaked out about it. He's times out me. And
I held up the sign. It is interesting when like someone's being loud and then you shush louder than the loud. And so I'm like, you're making noise. Like
no, a shush sounds like
parents
white noise,
sometimes
though.
do that. Parents will go, be quiet to their kids, and they're louder than the kid that's already crying.
Because sometimes the only way to get over the noise is to be louder than it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go to break and we'll discuss this more when we get back.
Time out.
And we're back. We're discussing shushing on the show. Shushing on the show.
How do you feel about now that I'm gone that you have this place to yourself?
Now that you're gone.
Sorry, not sorry. How do you feel about having to? Because you have your lover over more.
Yeah,
I feel like there's like more freedom.
It's been really great because we just can like hang out on the couch, and he's just someone who likes privacy and especially like doesn't like to talk about anything if it's could be within earshot of someone. Like if we're walking the dog and we're like in a little bit of an argument, like he does not want to have any kind of real talk where a stranger could pass by and like overhear. Whereas I'm just like, you're welcome. That's a very interesting snapshot of these people's life. Like, we actually were getting into an interesting conversation in an Uber recently, but it wasn't even about us. It was just about a friend that was going through something, and when I didn't even think. I'm just like, I'm not like you're welcome to Uber drivers, but honestly, like my conversations in Ubers with friends are generally pretty entertaining for someone who would have to sit there and listen. And I'm aware of that too. So I keep it kind of like jokey. I try to make them, we've always done that. And we get to the hotel and Chris is like, hey man, sorry you had to overhear that. And he was like, actually, I learned a lot. He was like, I'm actually struggling with a friend who's going through something very similar, and I needed to hear that. And it was so sweet. And
What
we
was
were like,
it?
because we were talking about someone who is dealing with addiction problems and like what you can do to help and what you really can't do and how you can be there for them while also taking care of yourself. And it was just a really, it was a 40-minute drive conversation. It was the whole way. And it was just so nice. You could tell he was almost like emotional because he was like, I needed to hear, like you could tell this guy wasn't taking care of himself and was very worried about someone in his life, and it maybe helped him. It was really nice, actually. But yeah, it's been nice to like not have, because your room is right off of the living room, and so whenever we've been out there, we aren't able to like, just because he's doesn't think you're like listening, but he's just aware of that, and yeah, I can like do some stuff out there, which is kind of fun. And
do you walk around the
more than
apartment
anything,
naked?
though, like what? Yeah, actually. But we have big windows, so I tend to like not do that so much. But what I have been doing is just being able to sing, talk to myself, play guitar. And Carlisle's here now. She got in last night at like 12 o'clock at night, so she's here this morning. And so this morning I was like, woke up early to get some work done, and I had like 30 minutes before Anya got here and before Andrew got here, and I was like, God, I would really like to play guitar right now, but I couldn't because she was sleeping, and I didn't want to. I like playing it out there. The acoustics are better. My room just feels dirty. I don't want to look at my dirty room when I'm, So I was a little bit like, back to the roommate situation.
Yeah.
You feel it, but the benefits of it are going to outweigh those moments because it's like, oh God, I have someone to like, I don't know, just to hang out with, and
What do you guys miss about each other?
I miss just shooting the shit here and coming and going kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I'm not only 9 floors down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I do feel
and
like
it's been 1 week.
yeah, it's been
It's
1
been
week. 1 week since you looked at me. I just like I think it's only I do miss the hangs in the kitchen. The conversations at like 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning, even before the podcast, where you could kind of like just like analyze some stuff about our lives.
yes.
Where like, because we're not like we're just as like a friendship, we can talk about our parents, we can talk about everything.
Yeah.
Where there's no like judgment and there's
And we're not
great
on a
analyzation.
podcast.
Yeah. And
Analyze.
And there's analyze. Analyze. Not a bad name.
I can't
Did you
utter
come up
that.
with a name?
Andrew wanted me to call my special Anal Eyes.
Yes.
Because it's like analyze, but it's anal eyes. And I go, what? Why anal eyes, though? And you're
Yeah.
like, because I would understand if like the special was about anal and about like
Yeah, it is.
ocular things.
Yeah.
But it isn't.
How about this? You have observations now. What do
Right.
you use for those?
My eyes.
Analyze.
I get that.
It doesn't make sense.
Why? That mean perfect sense. Noah. Several.
You know your
I
butthole
called her
eyes.
Noah. Anya. I mean several.
No, it just doesn't. It doesn't track because I've explained this multiple times, but
Several
for a more than several at this point. Andrew, I've explained it
very
to Andrew
several.
several times.
very separate.
Very several is so funny.
So wait. So go ahead. You state your case.
State your case.
Anya, you can state your case, and then Noah, you be the third. Okay, your case.
Okay, so
For why not analyze?
so I get it that like analyze is a word, and that's what I'm doing in my special. So that alone works. If I was just like, but it doesn't even work because I'm not like, if I was talking about maybe like therapy or like I use the word analyze
You
in my
say
special
therapy.
a lot. No, but if I use the word analyze in my special, okay, we could work with the word analyze. But because I'm not at all, this is already a moot point. But okay, so if I did, let's say, I talk about anal in my special, and I also use the word analyze, where I'm going to analyze anal, you guys. I think that I could call it analyze, and then have it in the font. It would be like anal would look a little bit. The anal part of the font would look different, but it would be the word analyze, right? But I wouldn't have Jimmy Fallon go her special analyze. Like it wouldn't be that. It would be still be called analyze. Okay, now that's one option.
Could you
But
make the A a butthole?
Sure. Like the little circle in the
Yeah.
A. Yeah, make it a little like
Brownie
starfish.
thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
But calling it anal eyes.
Yes.
like
With
my
a space.
eyes.
With a space.
Right.
Yeah.
EYES.
I
right?
think you mean
Yes.
a dash, right?
No,
Like anal
no.
dash I.
No, I
No.
mean two
Ain't-
capital
Oh.
anal capital I's.
that
Got
doesn't
it.
work unless there's something in my special that has to do with eyes.
Correct.
Too. and I understand that I see things with my eyes, therefore nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, you can make. Then I could say, why aren't your pants called eyes? Because
In England, they might. Call back. Hammer it. Write it down.
no one needs. Don't write any of that down.
Pants was heard before.
Try to purge
In
that
England.
from your mind, if anything. Do not write it down.
Okay, Anya, let's hear your.
My case was just going to be that same point that surprisingly, the problem with your idea is not the anal, it's the eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Now, here's the thing.
appreciate
Some
your-
specials are just they're almost a word that you don't even see it in this. It's so out there
Right.
that it's like,
I
what the hell
don't
is this?
I think that's true. I was thinking of naming my special something like that, like
Like Doughboys cheesecakes or something.
Doughboys cheesecakes. Yeah.
Which is a great
and then
band
people
at
are just
Lollapalooza.
waiting to hear about it.
Well,
like,
yeah.
where's this joke? Because, everyone watches
right.
specials to go, what is that joke? That's the title. Equals no one's ever done that. That does not make people watch a special.
You
when
don't
people
think if
take a
you're
specific-
scrolling through HBO and you see Nikki Glaser, anal eyes in big red letters.
Listen, I do not disagree with that. However, it's confusing because I do talk about anal. So it's not completely non sequitur of
True.
my special, which
Yeah,
would
there
be
we
a
go.
funny joke. But I do, but but it's somewhere in between of being completely random,
Yes.
and actually making sense. Therefore, I don't like it because I want to either go
Somewhere in the
completely,
middle?
yeah.
I
It's
think you could be
it's
like,
the taint of that
but
joke.
eyes is the random, and then anal is on point, so you have a nice balance. Is what
No,
I'm
the
saying.
balance throws it off. You either want to go one way or the other.
yeah, like get rid of spelling eyes, EYES, and then it should be like Nikki Glaser, and then the title is
Anal.
like overanalyzing, but you take out the anal and you make anal red or
Yes.
like
I
neon.
like that.
Oh,
Or
I think
bleach.
that's a nice.
Or analyze this, except we can't say analyze this,
Yes.
but it's anal.
That's where I got originally. My thought was from that movie, and I was like, "Oh, you do a lot of therapy talk," and then I was like, "I don't know." I still see. I want to make. Can someone make a poster that said with Nikki's face, and then just anal eyes?
And then my eyes are assholes.
Yes.
I have a-
Finally, we got there.
That's an idea. Do what you will. So if submit it, and then I'm gonna put them all up, and we'll pick it. And whoever, if our fans really feel strongly that it should be analyzed,
You're making
Matt-
up that no one, but I know for a fact that is not a good idea.
Can we? Oh, I wish people.
Unless I
could-
had jokes about my vision, then it would be great because I have anal jokes up the wazoo. But I don't.
it was funny that I said Pete Davidson has anal eyes. He does have anal
Yeah,
eyes.
it's got a brown ring around him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's true. That's a great point.
Oh my god!
I don't know. I think it comes full circle on his eyes. Made
Yeah.
of shit. Wait, what? What are you gonna name? Oh, you don't want to say the name.
Yeah, I can't say it yet, and I'm not really sure of it yet. But I think I know. I don't know.
How did you come up with the name?
Because it's in it.
Okay.
it?
Gaelic rooster. Nikki Glaser.
That's my closer.
It does. Why does I see you when I hear that?
Oh my god! I should call it torn because I am.
Natalie and Brugler.
Yeah. Oh my god! I finished the Alanis Morissette documentary last night.
Oh, I guess we never finished it.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, she.
Does it get sad?
She went. No, but she was saying. She does a thing in it where she's talking about like being on the road, and radio had opened for her on her like insane tour when she was at the peak of fame, and she said that Thom or whatever would go out and do a 2-hour sound check. She was like, we would sound check for like 35 minutes, and then my opener would do a 2-hour sound check because they were writing OK Computer like during that time. And she was like, I tried to hang with them, but it was just like, I don't know. She was just like, everyone in Hollywood is so aloof. I can't get over it. She was like, on Hollywood, I'm just tired of the ennui. And I was like, oh my God, I had to look up aloof and ennui because I always feel like I use the word aloof wrong. Because I always think it's like being like, I don't know, I'm aloof. Like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of, I'm
She
not
said
sure.
ennui.
Yeah, like
What does aloof?
There-
Isn't that what
aloof
means?
means like you're, it kind of means you're
Oh,
It's like you're so cool.
you're not aware. I feel like.
That means
No,
you're
it
not
means that's what
No.
I thought it meant, but it means like you are
Cold
acting
shoulder.
like you're acting like a little
Oh.
too cool. And she was like, "Ugh, Hollywood's just so." She pretty much is like, "Kuh."
And what's ennui? Or
ennui means boredom in French, but I don't think that's what it means she was like, I'm tired of the ennui.
It's like a malaise, like, ugh. Yeah, bored, sort of soul sick.
She's just like over it. But she was so famous. I mean, so famous. She couldn't go anywhere without being hounded. Like everywhere she would land, there would be like 10,000 fans like there to meet her. People were dressing like, and they were saying like, to her credit, she became super famous by wearing her own clothes. She wasn't styled. There was no one that did a revamp of her. She was just who she was. There was no marketing plan behind her. And then as soon as she came out, they started and got way too famous and was around everyone was excited about her. Then as soon as she reached like, okay, she's been around a minute, people started going, wait a second, she co-wrote all of these songs with this Glenn guy. Oh, he wrote all of them for her. She can't possibly be this talented.
I remember.
So then they gave all of her credit, and they also said she was just angry. She was why is this girl so angry? And the truth is, there was only that one song, You Ought to Know, was like super angry. And then it's like, you live, you learn.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
Remember
ironic isn't angry. None of her songs are really angry, but then she was just,
was she angry in interviews or something? Like
no, and honestly, she was never angry. She didn't even write You Ought to Know as like a fuck you song. Taylor Swift definitely has said before, I write songs so that guys can later hear them and feel bad. So they know how they hurt me. But Alanis was like, if I was writing that song as like a revenge, that would be a weird thing for me to do. The guy that I wrote it about doesn't even know it's about him. People think it's about Dave Coulier.
Yeah.
She was like, that is not who it's
really?
about. The person who it's about doesn't even know it's about them. And I would intend, because if I wrote it for revenge, that's not who I am. And it was interesting because it was like, oh, that's what everyone thought that song was about.
So why doesn't she keep writing songs? Like, what's the reason?
She does.
Oh, sorry. Then
She's
that comes off
just
as a dick.
older.
It is funny when you call a girl angry or whatever. It's like, just because she's not wearing makeup, you just think like there's like that, like, oh, you don't care. Oh, you're mad. You're mad at the world because you're not like trying so hard to be beautiful.
Oh my God.
Like,
in my special,
it's weird.
I realized I'm wearing a dress and I'm just like, there's something about it for me that I'm like, why is it not like capturing me? And I'm like, it's because I don't seem angry enough. I was a little bit too happy that day, and I'm just too happy.
Oh, in the special, you feel
for
like?
me, I'm missing this like angst anger that I kind of had, and it comes out in like a couple spots. But I'm like, I think I think naturally. I mean, I was in the moment that night. There's nothing about it, but there's something missing from it for me of like the anger that I felt when I first wrote all of those jokes, and in it, I just feel like. I mean, it's there, but I was just like, oh, this girl. I wanted to look pretty. I wanted to look hot. Like I like the way it looks, but it's hard to deliver the type of material I'm delivering in a tiny little dress.
Yes.
I gotta say, it for me. I don't regret anything.
But that's why it could be intriguing though, because typically that
I
would
think
be
more
like
people
kind of.
will watch it because of what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And because of how my boobs look. Unfortunately, that's the way the world works. Like. You're more. You want to stare at something that is, the whole time my guy is watching it, he just is like, Jesus Christ, your boobs, Jesus, like. And I'm like, okay, well, if you're not listening, you'll
That's
actually.
where we're going.
Honestly, I mean, like, because I could have worn just like whatever, but I'm trying to. I wasn't trying. I wanted to wear that, and it looks fucking awesome. It's a vintage Versace dress. It's fucking cool as shit. But
it is interesting. Does fashion like get inside your brain where it's like I look pretty, like there's nothing
well,
like
when you're you have this joke in your set where you're physical and you I won't tell it or ruin it, but you like move your leg far, okay?
Yes.
And then you move your body around a lot in that chunk of the set. You could imagine doing that in a tiny mini dress.
Yeah.
You can't, like, you move your leg 4 feet out in front of you.
Yeah.
And it's like so picture being in a tiny dress.
and in heels.
also
Yeah.
it's
And
like
that's my fault though. Like I decided to wear it, and when I am in sneakers and like I have, whenever
like,
I dress
how about this
for
when
a
you
part,
went to Canada and you didn't have your bag.
Yeah, it was
and
free
you're
as
just
fuck.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
was
saying.
pacing around the stage. It was so fun.
And I've talked about that with you before. I was like, does outfits affect your how you perceve yourself?
But I also have more confidence when I feel super
I
duper
know.
sexy and I feel like
Yeah.
powerful.
I can't play a show in
But is
flats.
comedy super duper sexy?
Sometimes no,
it can
but-
be.
but
I'm not
be.
saying that it can't.
Yeah.
Not that I feel like I want to be like fuckable. I want to be, and that's like the whole kind of part of my special. But it's about feeling powerful. Like I feel great about myself. I feel confident, and I need confidence out there. Whereas if I'm wearing just like a cool outfit that like like I don't know. I know anyone would like me in anything, but there is something to it where it's like, this is my special. You're supposed to dress up. What does dressing up look like as a woman? It looks like this. And I wore a fucking blazer and pants for my last special, so everyone can suck my dick.
I remember
for this
you were
special.
like, I don't know if I should be wearing this. When you were wearing the blazer, you're like, this, I'm covered up. I'm like too covered up.
I'm not used to that either. Like I don't really know, but I do know that.
I just think about like I don't know. It's weird. It's like funny. It's like seeing the Chancellor of Germany, that woman, like in like granted she's like older and whatever, but it's like seeing a woman trying, like AOC, right? If she was wearing that same dress and talking in front of the Senate, people would be like, "What is she? No one can take her
So
serious."
part of me wants to challenge that because
that's what I'm
fuck
saying.
You. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's pretty fucking badass. But if that's gonna fuck with you mentally, to then go, because think about our whole lives when we get dressed up, it's like for a wedding or like. And at a wedding, we could have fun, and then we end up like taking off like our shit.
But at a wedding, I also feel super confident. I feel like I can, like, I feel beautiful.
Yeah.
And there's confidence that comes with
But do you
that.
feel funny? I don't know. Yeah.
I always feel funny.
Yeah.
I think it's just about, I didn't do anything wrong. There were things that I will do differently next time for my next special, but I don't think I'm going to be wearing like, I'm not going to be dressed like Adam Sandler for my next special, but there will be different choices. But I just
I think it's cool though. I will say I was there that night. I watched both sets because you did an early and a late one, and you were pretty in your body and physical wearing that teeny tiny dress, so you didn't really let it stop you from
No, I don't think I
like
did.
moving around and being goofy and being sexy and being angry and being like a multitude of things.
yeah.
And there's something so funny about talking about how you're gross while looking
Yeah.
so
That was
put
the thing.
together.
The whole special is
Yes.
about me being disgusting,
But
and
that's-
so that
I
to
know,
me was a
but-
fun juxtaposition.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So I mean,
There could be a title there.
what?
What are some puns with gross?
I've
Anal
thought of them
eyes.
all, and we've kind of thought like if you're cruising through things, you don't want to see a girl just saying like I'm gross. Like you don't want to read I'm gross. You kind of want
Right.
something eye catching. That I think I landed on a good one. Let's wait. Do we have to take a break?
News.
News. Let's get to the news.
Yeah, there's something like what's like a bougie word for like when you get dressed up, like a gross gown or gross. I don't know, like
Grotesquely beautiful. Gross.
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Gauche. Remember? When I was on that date.
Wait, what is it?
Joli. Oujas.
Oh
Wait.
yes. Wet gorgeous.
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
It's Thursday, folks. You know what that means? It is Thursday. We're having all the swells. Anya Marina's here. Can't be more happy than I am right now. That didn't come off sincere at all, but it really, I just couldn't find the words.
Yeah.
But I do have all the swells that you're here, and it is awesome. And I wish
love
you
you.
moved to St.
So
Louis
fun.
and became my third roommate. Okay.
Made.
Third roommate.
Made in St. Louis. All right. Scientists have discovered that female dolphins, our state bird, are. Drip. Write it down. All right. Female dolphins have large and well-developed clitorises.
Yikes.
And speculate that they are intended to provide pleasure. Yeah, the female bottlenose sex organ is enveloped in a hood. It has a hood.
Oh wow. We were talking about hoods and clits the other day.
And if you lift the hood up.
When you masturbate manually.
The dolphin pleasure theory is supported by the fact that their vaginas are located in a spot that would make it coital stimulation nearly inevitable. Not only that, but the animals have sex year-round, even when they can't conceive, and have been
so they
observed
doing it
probing
for
each other's
pleasure.
genitals with flukes, flippers, and snouts. So they're doing it.
Wow.
All the
They're
oral,
freaks.
handsy.
I don't understand why all animals, I mean, don't feel pleasure from it, because wouldn't that make you do it? That's why we feel pleasure, is so that we'll fuck and have babies. That's what makes us, you know, like we don't get pleasure from it for any other reason than it will inspire us to do it a lot and make more of us.
Do like gorillas not fuck when they're not trying to make babies? They only fuck to procreate?
I don't know. I feel like they
No, do
masturbate.
we
But
know
bonobos are the ones that just have like threesomes and are always
they're the ones that get
fucking.
real freaky. And they're the closest related to us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to know that dolphins have clits and that they use their noses to they part their clits with their noses.
Have you ever felt a
Like
dolphin?
Noah
Just the
farted
clit.
balls.
Just a
Have you ever swam with a dolphin with dolphins' clits? You actually are swimming with their clits technically, because the clits are the water.
There's something so funny about a guy being like, yo, can they like turn over?
Oh my god.
Is there anyone that can swim on their back? Because I just want to touch their clit.
I had to wash Luigi last night, give Luigi a bath, and I'm like,
He got a boner?
his penis is like probably the dirtiest part of him, because there's like, you know, pee. And I'm like, I don't want to, maybe I could wash it with the back of my hand and just like, but I don't want to do it with my actual like hand, you know?
He knows we're talking about him. He just woke
did
up.
you
There
get,
were, I walk dogs for these like show dogs. And
people would jerk them off?
Yeah, there's human fluffers for dogs.
What?
They jerk them off until they get them ready to have sex, and then they like bring in the female while they fluff them. Like someone's job is just to jerk off dogs all day.
Where's the
All
line
day.
between that and
What?
molest?
Yeah, that's their whole thing.
What?
That's their
Isn't
job.
it abusive?
There's got to be other parts of their job. That can't just be what they do.
Maybe mouth.
What's the
snout.
hourly rate for that?
The hourly rate. It depends if they come early. Yeah, I don't. I don't know. I mean,
Have you ever done a sperm sample and had to like just jerk off to get like a sperm sample?
no, I've never sperm stamped. I piss them.
Yeah, we've all done that.
Yeah,
It's so weird how warm your pee is and how quickly it fills up the cup.
it's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, there's times when I've been driving.
Do you think you could use a you know, like if you go into a room and they just had magazines, do you think you could probably beat off to a magazine
still
at these days?
Yeah, you know what I would do? I would fuck the magazine.
Oh, like
I would.
the actual photo. Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
John Mulaney.
I'd put my penis like. I wouldn't cut a hole in it, but I would just like.
You'd fold it up like you were about to beat a dog with it. But you are.
You don't care about the paper cuts.
No,
You wouldn't roll it up?
So old magazines, they had, the pull out.
Yeah,
ones.
the
So then
centerfold.
So the vagina was actual human size.
No, it was not. I mean, centerfolds are like this big, dude. And the
That's
woman's
just
that
their
big.
half a body. Just that part of their body.
It would be
Oh,
this
right.
big. They would just have a pussy
Like a
centerfold.
torso.
Pretty much just a torso.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys don't need the face.
They would not have
Yeah, the
that.
face would take me out of it.
Okay, so you would fuck the pussy on the page.
I would put my penis on the page,
Yeah, this is like you kissing your phone when Halsey's picture was on it.
and I'd kiss the mirror a lot.
But
Kiss
My
yourself.
mom caught me because there were tongue marks all over
Wait,
the
you
mirror.
were kissing yourself?
yes, he was
I was
practicing.
practicing kissing
yeah,
another
yeah.
gorilla. A bonobo or whatever.
Wait a second. So it's enough for you just to the image on the paper.
At the time, yes.
Yeah.
I think I could. Yes, I think.
You're
what-
not alone in that. I'm sure a lot of people did that.
I feel like whenever
Oh,
I would
yeah,
want to
yeah.
kiss a picture or like I wouldn't like want to tongue kiss it or like
put
because
your
it
pussy on.
doesn't feel the same as a mouth. It just
Yeah,
feels,
but it's right there. Like Kirk Cameron's face was right there when I was
oh my
on the
god.
Teen Beat magazine.
Jesus was there too. You
Ricky
just didn't know
Schroeder.
it.
He was on your shoulder,
Because
jerking off.
Cameron always has Jesus.
He has like
nearby.
9 kids.
Yeah.
Wait, so you never looked when you guys started masturbating when you were kids? You didn't have play girl, right? You didn't
We
look
found
at
like
dicks,
our
did you?
friends' dads
I-
stuff, but no,
I
we
thought it
didn't
was
look at dicks.
gross. I didn't think about sex.
It's weird that
I
girls
thought about making out and kissing and all that stuff, but I didn't think about like, oh, I
Yeah,
can't
no
wait to see
genitals.
a hard penis.
You didn't have stages like guys. We went from magazine to whatever to video to tape to now porn on the internet. You guys went straight to just video guys fucking on the internet.
Yeah.
Like you didn't. What did you masturbate to when you were like 17?
I
18?
didn't masturbate.
Oh.
Everything was up here, Andrew.
Is
But
it
what
still
was up
there?
there if you didn't
Yeah.
have experiences
Kissing
to get things
boys.
up there?
Just fantasizing about a guy meeting me in the locker room or like in the hallway of the, or like at a party. It's like, okay, this is where it's going to happen.
Coming up with a good nickname for you.
Wait, so you thought the first time you were going to lose your virginity was in a locker room?
What is it? Nikki Poppy?
Nickel Pickle Pearl.
Nickel Pickle Pearl.
No, what did you think about when you were in 17?
Well,
Getting your hard nipples sucked.
I'm like no, I'm like Billie Eilish. I started watching porn really, really young.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I guess I
was totally exposed.
But
How young though? Because you're
3rd grade.
I don't know. You know what? I am feeling left out of 3rd grade.
Yeah. Wait, what? On tape?
My
on VHS?
friend had not on illegal cable, which is illegal cable.
Yes.
And we stumbled upon the Spice Channel and Playboy Channel, and we were just like, "What is this?" And that was.
Would you go back for more, or was it just a one-time?
No, of course. I would like be at her house all the time, and her parents were both working, and we would just watch porn all day.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, as an 8-year-old.
Yeah, like 3rd or 4th grade. That's when it
wild.
started.
Wow. That is young.
I would have been so freaked out.
I was obsessed with porn when I discovered it, but it was like
Really?
8th grade. Oh my God. I was like,
So you did see porn.
How
then.
did you
yeah, but I wasn't
discover it?
masturbating to it. My dad worked for a cable company, and so we had pay-per-view, like the Spice Channel, but it was blocked, obviously, but we got cable for free. We didn't get a bill. So I figured out one day that I just typed in a random number, and I realized there's no code. You just type in anything and you can unblock it. So my parents were out of town one weekend, and I just watched it all weekend, and my vagina was on fire. I remember feeling like it just felt like I was on a roller coaster constantly. It just felt like this amazing feeling down there, but nothing occurred to me to touch it. Not because it was like sinful or dirty. It didn't occur to me to do something with the feeling. I think I maybe rocked back on my heel a little bit, or was just, but again, I think it's just the buildup. It's not the orgasm. It's like the buildup of like, what is this exciting? Like getting turned on is more exciting to me sometimes than coming.
It is funny as a guy, like we would have like you'd have 2 tapes. So you'd have to masturbate to the same. It felt like a relationship. Like, oh, who are you dating? Oh, Tanya 3000 or whatever. I don't know what her name is. But yeah, you literally become part of this.
I get sad when I discover a porn that is like really good, because I will never be able to have that feeling with it again, because I've already seen it.
Yeah.
It's done. It makes me sad. Like that's how I feel I feel like kind of like a dude. They say like men just want novelty, and I cannot rewatch porn. That's why I need new porn. Like I know there's so much porn out there, but I think I've been through a lot, almost all of it. All the stuff that has appealed to me. I'm not joking you. Hours and hours of sifting through clips and pretty much seeing every gangbang there is. Like I'm at the point now where I go on subreddits and I look for new things, and I'm seeing repeat of like, oh, this old one. Oh, that's the
You've hit
scene
your
from this one.
10,000 hours.
I know it all.
Think of all the money you could make with these skills, though. Like you've clocked a lot of time in. I bet you could review porn. There's got to be a job for this for someone that has that much experience.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm flipping around on them. I'm not watching the whole thing. I don't start at the beginning. I just go right to the scenes from the still image that I go, oh, that attracted me to this video. So I try to find that scene. I just flip around to like each thing. And all I got to say is Mike, the fucking men, and men need to talk more. I'm not kidding you. I was reading something on subreddit about anal sex and like, how do women come from anal? That doesn't seem possible. And I'm like, I can come not from anything physical. I can come from words, from a guy saying the right thing. So the idea that men are calling bullshit on, there were a lot of men on the subreddit being like, it's impossible. A woman can't come from anal like alone. She needs other stuff. And there were women saying that I could come from a guy saying something hot and not even touching me. I'm serious. Like, I think what men say is more important than
let's
anything.
let's give out some pointers.
That's why I watch a lot of femdom porn, which is like women doing stuff to women, because the women talk so much more, and they say all the right things because they're nurturing and they're kind, but they're also stern.
So top 3 lines a guy could say in bed.
Oh, you think you want to come right now? I don't think so.
Okay, that's one. There should be like a
You're
Bart
such a
Simpson
good-
thing where you can pull it.
Yeah.
The string. Don't have a cow, man.
I just always want
Wait, what else?
I just want I guess
You're a
good girl.
Good girl.
You're a good that's a good girl. That's a good girl. Oh, look at
Good
that's a
girl,
good boy.
Luigi.
Things I'd say to Luigi.
Good boy.
Do you
I
want a
know
treat?
that moaning,
Yeah.
like hearing a guy moan, girls like.
Love
sometimes.
that.
Yeah.
I love a grunt. I
Like
love
how-
like an
how-
animal, like. I'm like, whoa, are you human or did I get stuck in a cave with a Neanderthal?
Then you look back and Matt has like a fucking piece of wood in his hand.
I own your holes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Jesus Christ.
I own this mouth. I own these whole like you're
Whose pussy is this? It's mine.
yeah like God oh, does that hurt? Just fucking take it, you whore. Say too much about me. I mean, like within reason, like they're not
Yes.
hurting, but if you're kind of like,
Yeah.
they're like, is this too much for you? I don't think so.
It's like a guy like spotting another guy benching.
Oh.
It's like, you got it.
Thank me right now. Thank me. Like
Oh,
that's
wow.
like
good.
when I start thanking, man, does it turn them on, and then it turns me on to be like, thank you. Can I have like that kind of thing?
Right.
Thanking is hot.
Yeah,
so girls can start that one, and that will kind of get the conversation going. Could be like start thanking a guy for what he's doing, and that's a good way to go to it's another way to say right there, oh yes, that's so good, but it's a different way.
Oh, right. Positive reinforcement.
Yes. Let's take a break and then come back with why do I care? Or let's get
Sports
into
moment.
Oh yeah, we have a
We don't have to do it. We don't have to.
No, we can do it. Let's come back with our sports moment. All right, why do I care?
Sports moment.
Yes. Here's Andrew's weekly sports moment.
All right. Oh, man. You seem thrilled. Okay. No one had a better time than Kodak Black at an NHL game, Florida Panther game. He enjoyed a raunchy twerk sesh from a woman in a box suite, and the internet went crazy. So this camera zoomed in, and he's in the box, which can be seen by everyone.
Yes.
And it straight up looks like he's fucking doggy style. Like, straight up, like
Is he?
they said they're just twerking, that he's not in her.
Okay, so what's the story here?
Should you be...
Why do I care? I mean, I don't know. Like,
There's no real story. I don't know why I picked it. It just seemed better. than the
Everyone
other
was
two.
talking about it.
Yeah, everyone was
Okay.
talking about it. There was
are
all.
people mad at him? Or did they show it on TV?
Yeah, they showed it everywhere.
Who was
Yeah.
the girl?
The girl was like a stripper kind of girl. It looked like.
Okay.
So she's basically bent over in front of him and she's twerking, and she's wearing really short shorts, so it looks like she's almost naked.
Oh.
But what I love about this is that there's photos of him taking pictures with fans, and he's just having like such a good time. And then he goes to the suite, and this video that we just played, the person pans to like all the executives who are just kind of like looking. And then pans
Yeah.
back, and he's like dancing and,
So
and gyrating
jealous.
with her.
It's such a great publicity stunt. I wonder if other rappers are gonna be like, "Oh, you think that's good? I'm gonna."
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Eat this girl's ass. So I had to fucking.
Because you're allowed to. Are you allowed to simulate sex in public?
I guess so.
I mean, if you're not having it,
I mean, if you pay enough for a suite, it is interesting. Like
how do
people
you
being.
not get a boner when you're like an ass is rubbing up against you,
I think
or do you?
I always talk
Tuck
about
it?
the half chub.
Okay.
What about on Dancing with the Stars? Because you guys have so much rubbing on there. Don't people?
I think dancers are like they can switch it on and off, kind of like I guess on like it would be the same as if we were like, what if you got a boner when you were on stage? Like you're just not in that mindset,
maybe
right?
that's
I don't get like turned on stage.
Maybe he
ever.
was just twerking in the booth.
Dancing.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think so.
No, they
but
were
I'm
just
wondering
twerking, but, like-
if you're not a professional dancer.
But Kodak Black might.
He's
be.
a rapper.
When you were dancing, and would you feel a penis on your leg?
No, never, because Gleb is a professional. You know.
So what? He put it inside his.
He probably. I'm saying
He
when
put it
he's
in his
working,
butthole.
he's not getting turned on.
He put it in his own butthole.
He's not looking at dancing as this sexual thing.
No,
so
I
it's
know,
not-
but still, a flaccid penis, you could still feel it through.
No, I never felt it. I really didn't. And I was so nervous that I wasn't getting like horned up during it either.
Yeah.
It takes like a certain level of comfort to feel that way too. So I just don't think.
You guys were never the grinders in a bar,
Yeah.
like a club.
Never.
You've
I never
grinded. Have
grinded.
you ever backed your ass up into a guy?
Never.
Yeah,
One time my
definitely.
friend
That's
Mike
my
told me
move.
I did.
That's
Wait.
my move.
What, really?
That's how I dance with Nikki.
No,
No,
into a guy. Have you ever
when?
backed that
I
ass?
grind up next to anyone. I just like to stick
No,
my
No,
no,
you
for
don't.
real, for real.
She
Anya.
does not
when
do
you were
that.
like,
No.
never, you've
No,
never
I
backed
wish
that
I
ass
never
up.
understood girls that
A
do
little,
that.
but-
I just you are asking to get fucked. Like then you are putting it out there that like you're ready to fuck. See, to me, and I know that's not true, but to me that would have been like telling a guy I'm ready to
Yeah.
fuck him.
It
And-
is.
right? But then I would feel like if he tried to fuck me later, I would like have to do it because I was a tease. I never wanted to be a tease. You don't want to be as a woman. You don't want to be a nag. You don't want to be a tease, and you don't want to be a whore.
Yeah,
So
but if
there's,
any
like, you
guys are
can't fucking
listening,
win.
if a girl is rubbing her butt up against you in a club,
Does not
that is
mean
not
fucking
consent.
anything. Yeah, but I would feel like the guys are so stupid and drunk that they're gonna. I never wanted to disappoint a guy and like get his hopes up, so then he might go, "You're fucking ugly. I don't want to fuck you anyway."
Yeah.
Like, I was always mitigating against getting called ugly.
There is something, I think, just, I guess, growing
That's
up.
why I didn't grind.
I think in Florida, I think grinding was just like, it was like a way, because it's like how my dad would eat and just talk about the food. We wouldn't have real conversations.
It's
We
part of
would
the culture.
That's the like
girls would,
animals. We
like-
would just like, oh, she's hot. I'm gonna go grind on her ass, and then you'd be grinding with a girl, and another guy that you don't know would
Come
be-
up and go, count to three.
Yeah.
Call back.
Andrew.
That story is on YouTube, by the way, if people want to go check it out on our
that was
YouTube
so
channel.
funny.
So essentially, though, like you'd grind and you wouldn't even know the other guy. And then the girl, I swear to God, there'd be times where I'm like, oh, I have no blood flow going, so she's probably not feeling my penis on her butt at all. And then she would leave me, like
because she wouldn't feel your erection.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could have been analyzing it, but
Did you ever want to stick something in your pants? I bet you were tempted to.
a bigger dick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, or like I would get like a half chub and I would like put it like, you'd put it like kind of
Out and center, front and center.
or to the left, so then they could
Feel it.
feel it on their butt.
Yeah.
Because if not, then they're
Right.
just like, I really do feel like there were times where the girl was just like, I'm not feeling
God,
anything
if
on my
I
ass.
ever felt a random penis on my butt,
Really?
ugh, disgusting.
I have a question. Have you ever,
Yeah.
when you were younger, like junior high school, have you ever gone to a school dance and had like a guy, like a boy or whatever, like ask you to dance or grab you to dance, and then they do that like swinging thing where they go down to the floor?
Yes.
Is that happening in your time?
What do you mean swinging thing?
Yeah, like they get like this, where they're like la 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 la, la and they're like all the
Yeah.
way down.
Yeah, they go all the
And
way
where are
down with
you?
you.
Where are you? Oh, you're sitting on his knee.
Yeah, like you're facing
Oh.
him, you're facing each other, and your legs are in between each other's legs, and you have to like swing your hips side to side and go all the way
It's
down.
like you're squatting together.
I see what I know
Squatting
what you're
together.
talking about. I did not. I avoided dancing because I was so scared that I still, when I go to like a place where there are men dancing, I always dance away from men because I don't want any man coming up and grinding against. It would be such a violation and so disgusting to me if a random man came up.
Oh, I
and
can't
rubbed
imagine
his
doing
body
it. Yeah,
on
it's
me.
wild. It's a wild thing.
I'm
to
always
think
aware
that
of my surroundings. I want to dance with gay men and women, and straight men dancing horrifies me. Get away from me.
Well, I'll tell you a quick story about that.
Yeah.
I went out with my friends and we went to a gay club, and I thought, okay, well, this is great. I can dance with all these men and they won't be attracted to me. So
Sure.
I was grinding on a man, and I had like
my god,
my butt on him, and I was wearing a short dress, and as we were like grinding down, he put his hand inside my dress, and I was like, wait, I thought this was okay.
Oh,
thought I'd be
was
fine
he
here.
gay?
I mean, unless he was just
Did you
there's
think
always
he was a
there's
gay man?
spectrum. He could have been gay.
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
But
no.
did you think he was gay?
I thought
before you
I thought
danced
he
with
was
him?
gay, and I thought,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
well, I'm gonna go to this club because I'm the same like you, Nikki. I don't want to dance with gross men and feel their boners on me. So I was like, I do want to dance with men, but I don't. So here they probably won't have a boner for me because I'm a chick. But I don't know.
In Florida, girls
Unless
are
he was
like, I'm
bi.
only going to a bar with boners.
Florida's so different, man. I'll never forget the time I was driving around Florida with my friend who was raised in Florida, and she was just like, "Oh, that's where we had my 16th birthday dinner, and oh my god, that's where I went to elementary school. Oh, that's the house I was molested in. That over there is where my dad told me." I was just like, "Wait, what?" Like it was so like, "Oh, that's where I was first molested."
Yeah, that's Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah,
it was just part of the tour, the life tour of like, "Oh, you just get molested. That's just what happens."
I mean, Florida is lawless, man. I'm going down there again, like just seeing it through like, just
an outsider's lens.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, these people are just like, it's like I saw that guy die in the street, like, and everyone was just like people get fucked up, just fuck, and I guess people get fucked up everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just avoid that altogether now. So when I was in Florida, I saw it.
I love going to Florida, but it is hilarious that the stories that come out of that there's something going on in Florida. It's not just a hack joke.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I used to joke that like that's what makes it exciting. Like what did happen in your city?
It's kind of like Mexico. Like,
yeah. You don't know what's going to happen.
Or Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas.
Vegas.
Speaking of Florida, Bob Saget, died in Florida, and I just read last night he died peacefully in his sleep. He was tucked in when they found him.
Oh, really?
He was still tucked in, and so they think it's going to take 80 days to find out what he died of. Several days, and but they're saying heart attack or stroke, and that he was, he wasn't like up and like his sheets weren't off. He was like asleep. So that's good. I was just thinking of the alarm going off and how annoying that must have been for him. And then I was like, wait a second, he was dead. But like, I was just like, this morning I was in the shower and my alarm went off. I was meditating and then I was like, fuck this. And then I went in the shower and my alarm went off. And I ran in. I was like, Luigi, I'm so sorry. Because it was like ding, 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 ding. And it was just like going off next to Luigi's fucking head because Luigi sleeps on my bed. And I felt so bad. Alarms are so goddamn annoying.
Dude, alarm when you're in mid-shower and you have to get out and your finger's still kind of wet so it doesn't respond to your finger. And then you have to dry your finger somehow. And then you hit it. Or if it's too far and then you got to walk and you get water all over the floor. It's a fucking mess if you forget.
I know.
It ruins the whole shower.
The whole shower.
But I know that's like first world problems, but goddamn do I hate it.
I mean, it literally is because people don't have like
running.
hot shower. Yeah. All right, let's get to Fanthrax.
Fanthrax. Fuck yeah. Yeah.
What do you got for us, Noah?
Eat a salad.
Okay. Eat a salad.
Oh, just that voice giving like helpful advice.
Yeah.
Reach out to your
every morning.
fucking mom.
Oh, little boy. Look at him.
Call your grandmother.
That's really good.
That's really good.
Give me any line I can.
Take your vitamins.
Take your fucking vitamin C
And probiotics.
and zinc. Make sure to brush your teeth twice a fucking day.
Take a deep cleansing breath.
Take a deep cleansing breath.
Oh, that was good.
All right, let's
No,
get to
because
it.
that was good. I got
Who's going to be the new
approval.
singer of Cannibal Corpse?
Don't be playing at Lollapalooza
Okay.
2028.
The first message is from Taylor.
Ooh, I like it.
Hey, No Jerky. This is Taylor, day one bestie, first time caller. Nikki and Andrew, I'm the girl who sent you guys copies of the Time Capsule Journal, which I can only hope are serving as very sturdy coasters for Zevia's and Starbucks and Celsius is.
Celsius is.
I just wanted to call in and say how sorry I am about the passing of your friend Bob Saget. I really loved the interview that he did on the pod. He seemed like he was such a genuine and fun person. And it reminded me of a story that I wanted to share with you, which is that you know how in junior high kids are always looking for ways to kind of secretly swear or talk secretly around adults. Well, when I was in junior high, this kid came up with the idea of replacing swear words with Bob Saget. And it just took off around the school like wildfire. And you'd be sitting in class and some kid's pencil would break and they'd be like, Bob Saget. And it just worked. And I really want to bring that back in his honor. And wanted to share that with you. Love you guys. Love the pod. And Bob Saget.
That's really good.
I love that.
She's great.
It is a great thing. Bob Saget.
Let's use that today in
It's
the studio.
really good. I love it. That's so funny. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I watched Jeff Ross and John Mayer were going to pick up Bob's car at LAX yesterday because that's where he left it for his flight. And so they went to go pick it up and they were driving it back and they were doing an Instagram live and it was so good. And it made me feel good because John was talking about how like he's feeling guilty about feeling so like pretty much what I was saying. But it's funny because he was the one I was thinking of when I was like, John deserves to be this sad. I don't. Like he was so much closer to him and he was saying that I forget exactly his quote, but he said Bob, he had the people he had his wife Kelly, he had his 3 beautiful daughters, and then tied for third place were 30,000 people. And I really liked that because it's true. It's just like you can lump yourself in that, and we can all be in that, and it's fine. Like, and then. You just said a lot of other things that I really needed to hear. And he just says, he said something, he goes, I'm just a guy now who, when he makes coffee, just says, I love you, Bob. Like just to him, mutters it to himself. And I was like, oh, I've been doing that too. Of just like, just saying it randomly or like in my head or whatever. And so it's like, oh yeah, we're just going to be those people now that just say that. And,
Which means I love the fuck.
Yeah. I love Bob
I love
Sageting.
fuck. I love Bob Saget. I love fuck.
Next, Fanthrax.
All right. Another one from a different Taylor.
Ooh,
Another Taylor.
Taylor heavy.
Hi, Nikki, Andrew, and Noah. So I was just listening to an episode where Nikki, you talk about being hit by a car. And I just wanted to tell you about the time when I got hit by a car. So I was on my way to an exam in college and I was running a little late, so I decided to grab one of those Lime scooters, and I was riding down the bike lane on the main road, like of our campus, but I was riding down the lane in the wrong direction. So someone was turning left, and we kind of like hit each other, and the guy like got out of the car, asked me if I was okay, and then immediately told me that he needed to see my ID and everything because it was a government issued vehicle. And he had to call the police. And so that's when I kind of started panicking. I was like, I can't sit around here and wait. I have an exam in like 3 minutes. So he finally was convinced and just took my ID number. And so then I started walking to my exam from there as I have like blood gushing down my leg. And I run into my professor while I'm crying whose exam I'm going to take, and he apparently witnessed the entire thing, and he let me take the exam the next week, and I got 100 on everything in that class the rest of the year, so I guess it kind of worked out. All right, bye guys.
I mean, I would have gone to the professor right away and been like, I got hit by a car. I would have gone home and emailed, I got hit by a car.
I mean, what a world where we have to feel like you feel almost responsible. Well, because she was maybe going the wrong way. She's like, you know what? It was my fault. Yeah, my bone's out of the skin, but I gotta take this test.
I still can technically take it, so I should.
Yeah.
But the thing I found in college,
but that does something to your brain, like just because bodily you're not. You know what?
No, it's
you just got hit by a fucking car. Like you deserve.
And I always found in college that if you appeal to if you like are really going through something and need an extension, most professors are cool. They don't fucking care.
Yeah.
And they know your track record if you're a student who turns things on time. That's why you should go to class all the time and be accountable the rest of the time so that when something like this happens and you need an extension, they go, okay, this isn't just another excuse from a slacking student.
The guy's
But I
like,
would
yeah,
always
I
ask
saw,
for
I saw your
extensions.
grandma die, so we're gonna let you extend a week.
My joke
You
used
know,
to be
like I like the fact that the guy had to see her
Yeah.
get hit. Like, oh, I saw you roll over the car 9 times. So yeah,
Blood helps.
blood does help. Yeah, you always want to be bleeding.
Yes. Always have a packet of ketchup on you.
What did happen to you?
I used to my joke used to be I would always, to get out of English papers or get extensions, I'd say my grandma died or my computer froze, but sometimes I'd get it mixed up and say my grandma froze to death. She died of frostbite. It was just a dumb little joke.
I
It was
love that
fun.
joke.
But you can't really use my computer froze anymore. I mean, that does
Yeah.
happen, but everything's constantly getting backed up if you're working in Google Docs. Like, there's
Yeah.
certain things I use.
Also, like you don't
my
know how to
printer
force
isn't working.
quit or force restart.
Yeah, but like you used to lose stuff if your computer froze.
Oh, right.
Because you wouldn't save it, but now things save on their own.
yeah.
So you got to come up. I wonder what the new excuse is, what these kids on TikTok are saying. All right, let's keep going.
Okay.
I use COVID a lot as an excuse. My computer died of COVID.
All right. This next one might be a good segue for something from Spencer.
That last girl was on a Segway. Hey, yo, ham drip. Write it down.
Hey.
Hi, Nikki, Andrew, and Noah. My name's Spencer. I'm actually a newer bestie. I just started listening within the last couple of weeks, but I
Sweet.
really love the
Welcome.
podcast. It's so helpful to me to have you guys as a part of my day-to-day routine. And Nikki, I wanted to especially thank you for being so vulnerable and honest through the loss of Bob Saget. I listened to that part of the podcast on repeat. It really helped me work through a loss I dealt with last year that I kind of hadn't felt a lot of those feelings the way I should to try and work through that. And the pod helped me feel that grief, which is tough, but it's a good thing. My friend who passed was a former NASCAR driver, so his death was all over social media, and there were a lot of people grieving him, and I almost felt like I wasn't justified in grieving him because I wasn't one of his best friends or his family member or something like that. What you said about it's one less person who loves me, one less person that I love, really hit home, and it helped me process a lot of the ways I felt. My friend Eric was somebody who had a ton of people in his life like that, where everyone he met just felt so close to him. And I really feel a lot of what you're going through, and I'm really sorry for your loss. I appreciate so much the way you shared it with everyone to help me, and I'm sure plenty of other besties as well. So please keep being you guys. Thank you so much for that. Don't be and Jack.
Cut off.
And Jack what? Jack
he,
off?
He ran out of time. It just we
Oh.
just got the
we'll
jack.
never know. Well,
Jackpot.
Spencer, thank you so much. That's so sweet.
Yeah,
That
what a
made
nice
me
message.
emotional. I'm so glad that it helped you, and it really helped me being able to talk about it on here with you guys. And yeah, I was thinking another thing that kind of helped me that might help someone else is that, if I died and someone who maybe I wasn't really that close with, but someone didn't knew me peripherally or like an acquaintance and was really upset about my death. Even certainly besties, if they were upset about my death, dead Nikki Glaser would allow anyone who wants to be sad about me to be sad about me. And I think you would do the same thing. So like when you feel that feeling of like, I don't deserve to be sad, I think the person who you're grieving over would be very touched that although you might not have spent as much time with them as their sister or their best friend or their coworkers or whoever else is
the
posting on
pit
Instagram,
crew.
that they would still like you to feel that way about them, because your sadness means that they meant something, and don't we all want to mean something? So I think it's like to actually don't question it, don't think about it,
And if I died, tag me, because I still
Make
want
sure,
the
Andrew, you
followers.
tag him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just tag me. I want to get to 46,000. It'll mean a lot to me, even though
Yeah.
I'm in heaven or hell.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to Bob's funeral not because I think I want it to people to know that I was friends with him, or because
You're gonna put on your story and get.
am gonna put,
be
it's
huge.
because I know that he would do it for me. I'm like thinking,
Yes.
and I would know that I would actually want Bob to be there at mine. I don't know that I believe in an afterlife or like that Bob can even, he's gonna see it in any way. But I just know that he would do it for me, and so I can't not go because of that. But for no other reason than that. So I think it's helpful sometimes to put yourselves in the shoes of the deceased person and go, if they were crying about me this way, would I go, you stop it? No,
No.
and if certainly you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You would appreciate that. That brings us into our final thought, which Anya, you want to cue this up?
Well, are we gonna debut your beautiful
Yes.
song
Holy
for
shit.
Bob? This is what we've been working on. I would say the last few months, if we're honest. Although the lyrics really came together the day that Nikki found out about Bob's passing, and sometimes things happen that are strange, melancholy, good luck. This was a terrible thing that happened, but this is one of the most beautiful songs that I've heard in a while. Nikki and Matt Pond worked on this together, and we recorded it the other day here in St. Louis at a great studio called Native Sound. Thank you, David and Ben, for helping put this together, and Chris Hansen back in Kingston, New York. And I don't know
a lot
what
of
else.
people rushed to make this sound, like put this, because we recorded a bunch of songs this week, but this one we rushed so we could get it out in honor of Bob. Enjoy it. It's called Song for Bob.
Our last run-in was in Milwaukee. We were cracking jokes. At first for different crowds, then for ourselves. Around the table, we laughed at stupid shit. If I had known that you would die, what would I change? Sometimes I speak to the sky. Don't hurt the people I love. Don't hurt anyone. Well, I'm sorry to ask so much of a stranger. And I'm sorry to ask so much of a ghost. The king of fatherhood, someone to trust. When I was down, you brought me up. Hanging out with you, full of life and beautiful. Our last run-in was in Milwaukee. We were cracking up. Two lonely souls, now two old friends. Your jokes were dark, your eyes so bright and kind. I guess I knew one day you'd die, but just not when. Sometimes I speak to the sky. Don't hurt the people I love. Don't hurt anyone. Don't hurt the people I love. Please don't take anyone. Don't hurt anyone. Please don't take anyone. Please don't take anyone. Don't take Bob.
That's Song for Bob.
That's so pretty beautiful, man.
Wow.
That's so pretty beautiful.
That's so beautiful.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. It will be available on
job.
Spotify today, right?
Yeah, I think so. And it's up on SoundCloud probably by the time you hear this.
Yeah, we'll link it on our on Nikki Glaser Pod, And yeah,
We'll put the lyrics up on SoundCloud too. So they're
Yes.
so beautiful. You
Yeah.
killed it. Your voice is one of my
thanks.
favorite things to listen to now.
Oh, well, thank you, babe. I really appreciate everyone who made the song possible. Matt, Ben, Chris, David, Anya, and Luigi, who was in the studio as well. Thank you guys so freaking much. And to Bob for inspiring it. I love you, Bob. All right, we'll see you on Monday, guys.
We're
Don't
not going to be
ca-
on Monday.
Oh, yeah, Monday's a holiday, MLK Jr. Day. So we'll see you Tuesday here on the pod. It's the Nikki Glaser podcast. Don't be cool out there. And a Jack. You don't have one?
Just Jack.
Jack.
We never did just Jack.
Just Jack? Oh, Jack. That's good.